Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Hazeeq, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at Cardano. We don't usually cover Cardano on the channel, but since we are very bullish right now, I wanted to take a quick look at it. Of course, I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. Taking a look at the daily chart, so we can set up a Fibonacci retracement from the bottom we printed back in September 2023 and the local top in April 2023. That Fibonacci retracement gives us a 1.618 target at 68 cents. Now with the rally we had from October into December, we got to the 1.618 target perfectly. So this was a very nice trade, especially if you entered somewhere down here, anywhere between August and October 2023. And this was a really good 185% to the upside. Now from that target we perfectly, of course, retested the 1.618. From there we went down approximately 34%, and if you take a look at the retest here, we came back down exactly to where this top was. So we essentially perfectly retested the previous resistance as support at 45 cents, and from there we saw another bounce and a breakout. As you can see, there was a resistance level keeping us down here, and then we broke out above it. So right now our target is going to be looking somewhere around 87 cents per this Fibonacci retracement. Now what you can also do is you can set up another fib on this fractal here. So you take a fib from the local bottom to the local top, and then you have your 1.618 sitting at 84.5 cents. That's just a nice way for you to set up a target. And from where we are currently, that is another 15% to the upside. And ADA is very bullish. Like the bounce here off of the support is really good. We didn't break below 45 cents. We didn't come back down to this trading range between 39 and 35 cents, which I would have liked to do that, but you know, it's fine if we can bounce off 45 cents. That's a healthy bounce. We broke above a resistance level. Now if we take a look at the daily RSI, you can see we are in the overbought already. So that's not a very good sign for anyone who's looking to buy in right now, but that's a very good sign for, you know, all of us holding here, or for any of you who are looking to get out of ADA. So if you didn't get out at the 1.618 right now, you can potentially take some profit, and you can look for the next target that I just gave you between 84 and 87 cents. If you're holding for the long term like I am, then there is no issues with, you know, any future pullbacks, because I'm staking for the long term and I do have long term targets. On my Patreon, we do have an exit strategy for Cardano, and if you want to take a look at that, feel free to join the Patreon. The link is going to be down below in the description. We'll have an ad about that in just a few seconds here before we switch over to the weekly chart. And if you're looking to get into Cardano, what levels should you target? That's a very good question. So the 20 MA is going to be your optimal entry point, and I would like to emphasize this point. Setting up buy limit orders is extremely important. If we have a flash crash, you never know how low you're going to get, but if you have those buy limit orders set up in advance, there is a very good chance that your buy limit order can be filled, you know, if the price wicks down low enough, of course, but it's better than not having anything set up. So you can target 59.5 cents, which is the 1.414 of that Fibonacci retracement. You can also target this local top at around about 57 to 59 cents, and then there's the 1.272 at 54.5 cents. Now you can also take a look at this low, which is 45 cents. Once again, the retest of that April 2023 local top. We could come down all the way there if we are going to be seeing a heavy pullback across the markets, but we don't know if that's going to happen, right? So I would not risk, you know, waiting until we drop down to 45 cents. I would probably start entering somewhere around 60 cents, because we do have a nice resistance here. As you can see, we managed to break above it, but a back test of support potentially is gonna happen relatively soon. So 63.5 cents, really good entry for anyone looking to buy into ADA short term, short to mid term, you could say. But on the long term picture, if you're looking to get into ADA below, let's say 60 cents, below 55 cents, I don't know if that's going to be if that's, you know, something that is possible at this point. Of course, there may be flash crashes, there may be pullbacks along the way, but the time for waiting is essentially over, right? I'm not trying to be an ultra bull or an ultra bear, but we had this entire section here where you could have been buying below 30 cents, below 40 cents, even below, at some point, even below 25 cents. And we were accumulating ADA. Like my average buy-in, I believe, is around 28 cents, so somewhere around here. And we're staking our coins through Ledger, and we're waiting for those higher prices, and we're waiting for the all-time high to be broken. So let's switch over to the weekly chart right now. And before we continue with the video, I quickly want to mention my Patreon that's linked down below in the description. If you enjoy my content, you want to get more exclusive content, and you want to support me at the same time, definitely feel free to check out the Patreon, because you're going to get a 7-day free access on my Patreon and an instant access to all of my content since October 2021, which is when I started. You'll get access to content like exclusive weekly podcasts, and we're starting to invite guests already. We have 40 plus low cap gem posts. We have a bunch of project reviews. We have a bunch of resources that are going to help you save time and make more money with this upcoming bull market. So this is definitely a great exchange of value for the both of us. And once again, there's a 7-day free trial. Feel free to check it out. You can leave anytime, and let's continue with the video. So taking a look at the weekly, you can see we have a clear picture here with the Fibonacci retracement set up from the bottom in September 2023 all the way to the previous all-time high in August 2021. And that was, or rather September, I think, yeah, it was August, at $2.93 if you count the candle closure on the weekly chart there. Now the minimal target we're looking at during the bull market is $5.80. And that's probably where I would sell most of my tokens if we manage to get there. Some people don't think that ADA is going to be breaking above its all-time high, but I don't think that's necessarily going to happen. I think we're going to break through the all-time high. I don't know if we can 2x the all-time high, but $4 is something that we can definitely get to, in my opinion. Of course, more projects building on Cardano and more demand would be great for the blockchain, because a lot of people are complaining that it's a ghost chain, and to some extent it really is. But we'll see how things change. And you can see we did break out of this triangle pattern, which is a descending triangle, and we potentially were looking at a breakdown to 16 cents over here. That did not happen. We managed to hold 24 cents perfectly multiple times throughout the past few years, and of course right now the breakout took us to 63 cents. A nice pullback to the 20 EMA on the weekly, and a bounce from there. And if we actually target, if we take a look at the target from this descending triangle, that was somewhere around 69 cents, where we got to back in December. From there we had a pullback to the 20 EMA once again. We pulled back to this yellow block, which if we were doing TA on one of the streams, I probably covered this, but I can't remember at this point. But this block here between 45 cents down to 40 cents was a really, really good entry point. And we wicked there just briefly in January, and from there obviously we flew up. We already saw the bullish cross on the weekly chart, which is when the 20 EMA crosses above the 55. That is essentially your bull market confirmation, and if you started buying at that point, great. If you still haven't bought in, I would say the 20 EMA on the weekly is going to be a really, really good entry point. One other thing to notice is that we broke above this resistance trend line over here. So this was the August 2022 high, and we kind of tried to hold it in December, but then in January we broke down, had a back test, we broke above, had a quick retest, 2 wicks below that trend line at 58 cents. And right now we're moving up from there, and this is really good. This is essentially confirming that the bottom is in for Cardano. I don't think we're going to be dropping below 58 cents the way we did here. Yes, we could see a wick we could see a wick, but I don't think we're going to be coming back down and, you know, hitting our head on that level as resistance. If that happens, that's a major red flag. As of right now, as you can see, everything is looking bullish for ADA. We're bouncing off of the 20 EMA. We're creating another bullish cross with a 200 EMA. So things are looking really good. We broke above a major resistance level. So for now, the next target is 84 cents based on this large fib. And you can also take a look at this local bottom that we had back in March 2022. So that could be retested before we have another retracement, potentially taking us back to 56, 58 cents. And from there, I would expect another leg up. In the grand scheme of things, we already spoke about this minimal target for the bull market. Of course, you can start taking profits even earlier than that. No one's telling you to hold your entire bag. In fact, I'm not telling you to do anything. I'm not a financial advisor. But like I said, I already have an exit strategy on my Patreon. So these are a few targets you can also look at during the bull market. $1.14, $1.72, and $2.95. And after that, if you have some tokens, you can obviously take profits at higher prices, but you have to do your own research, guys. And I'm bullish on Cardano. I don't think this is the best project of all time. I'm not married to this project by any means. For example, if this project underperforms and Bitcoin's already sitting at 120,000 and Cardano hasn't broken above the all-time high, you can bet your ass I'm going to be selling at $3. So I'm not going to be, you know, holding it just because I want a specific target to be met. No, obviously it's nice to get to those targets. If we don't do that by a certain, you know, by a certain time, then I will be taking profits before that. We are also in the overbought. You can see we're very overextended, and a lot of projects are, to be honest with you. The markets are very overheated, so I don't know how long we can continue with this trajectory, to be honest with you. So a pullback from there, just like we saw a pullback from there, is possible. However, I don't think we're gonna see a significant pullback like we had here. This was a bear market, obviously, but we could, you know, maybe come back down and retest this area, right? This area could be retested. We had a nice retest here in January, but we could have another retest down the line once we come back down. So this is between 58 to 49 on the index. That should be it for Cardano. Hopefully this explained everything well. Hopefully you guys bought in during the same prices we were buying in on Patreon. I want to thank you all for watching this video. Stay safe and take care.